Do you know these mornings where you wake up and just feel like something's wrong? Well, it was one of those days for Mr. Jones. The day had started just as usual. First, he'd make a little morning workout, which included 5 crunches and 5 push-ups on the knees. Then he should be loaded for the rest of the day. But today it was Saturday, and therefore he would only make 2 of both. Afterwards, he would go out for the newspaper in his large bathrobes and flip-flops and read it in the little couch with the sun shining through the window and warming his neck and the back of his head. It was a very warm and humid summer day, so Mr. Jones turned on the fan that stood on the living room table to cool down his body. Then afterwards, he would watch one episode of a special science program called New Science, which he loves very much because he always learns something new. That day, the episode was about some special resistant bacteria which had been found in some hospitals that would make sick people even sicker, and there was no medicine that could kill the bacteria. He thought it was so scary and unbelievable that he turned off the television. Then he just sat there in the breeze of the fan and wondered. After sitting for what felt like an hour but only had been around 5 minutes, he finally decided that he would try to make a super medicine to kill the bacteria, and he wrote it down as a memo list on a piece of paper with a big black magic marker. Then he cut up the words with a scissor so that he could hang them on the fridge with his favorite car magnet. But as soon as he has cut up the words, they all flew away when the fan turned around and blew on them. They flew out the open window and out in his little garden. Then he hurried outside to catch them and bring them back to the house. But just as he stepped out into the garden, his attention was interrupted by something entirely different. He couldn't see it, but he could hear it. It was the mew of a cat, but he knew that mew. It was not some indifferent general cat mew, it was the mew of his cat. And then it suddenly occurred to him what has been wrong all day. His cat hadn't been in the house. But where did the mew came from? It sounded like it was from the neighbor's garden. And even though he knew that it is wrong to step into other people's gardens, he decided that this was a special case. And true enough, as soon as he has crawled through the hedge, he found the cat in the bottom of an extreme large hole, which looked like the hole for a future swimming pool. He climbed into the hole and brought his cat, and then afterwards the lettuce which has landed in the middle of the flower bed back to his house. And then it turned out to be a great Saturday after all.